It's like a piece of foie gras or something. It's like, almost like liver. But not even liver. It's just like it's its own thing.
I just had raw liver.
You had raw liver?
Yeah, with the Liver King.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
With him?
Yeah, he came to my house and he.
Did you guys podcast?
We did a podcast.
The Liver King.
You'd be shocked how much we have in common.
Oh, I believe you're both delusional.
We don't brush our teeth. Like we're fucking crazy. We are.
Are you getting ab implants?
He loves livers and yours is failing.
Did you ask him if he has ab implants?
Yeah, he said it was a joke. He said he doesn't have them. He's fucking jacked. Says he's clean too. I asked him about steroids.
Not true.
Well, the podcast comes out on Birdcast. Everyone check it out.
I'll tell you that right now. Test that guy. No.
Well, here's my takeaway is there's a lot of probably more self-help gurus these days than there ever has been in the history.
Yeah, I sent you a picture of me shirtless. Shut the fuck up.
Your picture was, I opened it on the plane. Unreal. And it's unreal. Like, I wanted to leak it.
I'm on testosterone. Unlike the Liver King, I'll tell you the truth.
Be honest. Be honest.
I do most of my own programming when it comes to that.
Yeah.
And then I like to overlay a lot of strongmen and odd objects. Or if
clearly it's working.
Thank you. Well, you say that. I don't know if you know that most of these are ab implants, and that's why we're actually here in Beverly Hills. One of them popped off.
Are you being serious?
One of them fucking I don't know if you can see the scar. They do it really nicely. One of them popped off, and I had to get it replaced when we were here.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh my God.
But you know what? You know what I love?
I can get those.
But yes. But this is so great because again, we started doing this about a year ago. I was like, okay, I'm going to resign from CEO from my other companies that are actually taking in revenue. And my goal in life has always been, listen, people are hurting. They're living a life of hate, hurt, suffering, struggle. Their life sucks. There's a better life to live. If we model, teach, and preach this ancestral way, we can reach people. This stuff is free to do. Sun, earth, put down the phone. We're going to do this thing. We started doing it a year ago. And then right off the bat, oh, Liver King, you're on steroids. You're on PEDs, you know, and so it's like, okay, you know, we had a lot of fun with that, you know, and then we had a doctor come on. We made a video. If you ever Google Liver King's blood work, we had a legitimate doctor come on. We did like a blood work reveal. That was fun. But then the accusations never stopped. So I'm like, okay.
Well, I assumed you were on steroids. I was talking to one of your guys, and I was like, yeah, he's on steroids, right? Like, people don't look like that. He was like, no, he's not. And I think I'd heard Rogan say you were on steroids.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. And so I'll say this just for a second because, like, you know, my message never had anything to do with steroids, right?
Do you care? I mean, like, not this sounds weird, but like, other than the fact that you have a body that you have earned on your own, are you against steroids?
This is what I'll say. I care in the most positive way because when somebody says, hey, man, you're on steroids, and they've been saying this for 20 or 30 years. I've been working out since I was 8. So as I was in high school, hey, man, you're on steroids. This is a great compliment, right? This couldn't be a greater compliment. I mean, yesterday at the fight, some guy really said to me, are those actually fake? And I'm like, yeah, they're ab implants. They're $10K each. And goes, yeah, I know. I saw it on the Full Send podcast. And I said, if you watch the whole Full Send podcast, I'm the one who said these are fake. They're ab implants. I got 10 of them. They're $10K each. Is there such thing as a 10-pack? This was a joke. I've made up this joke. And then if you watch for another 5 seconds instead of just a soundbite, I'll say, no, this is actually a joke. You know, I've been working out for 35 years.
These are ridiculous fucking abs.
Well, thank you. And this is what I'll say real quickly. The 9 ancestral.
Like, I've never seen an ab. I've never seen an ab on me, but I've never. Those are insane.
Thank you. And again, this is what I'll say. All 9 ancestral tenets affect how we look, feel, and function. All of them affect our hormone profile. If you sleep like shit a couple days in a row, you're going to tank your testosterone. If you move like shit a couple days in a row, you're going to tank your testosterone. If you eat like shit, all of these things. If you don't get sun, you're going to tank your testosterone and your neurochemistry. So just 50 years ago, we had at least 50% higher testosterone than the modern day manicured man today. And imagine when it was 100 years ago or 1,000 years ago. There's a reason why our forefathers were so much stronger than us in perpetuity, every generation prior to us. And then today, so all I'm saying is, you know what people do today? The modern day manicured man that doesn't know about these 9 ancestral tenets, that does go off and take PEDs or steroids for whatever reason that they want to do it. Most of the time, what I believe they're trying to do is increase their testosterone by 50 to 100%. And guess what? What if you could do that with the 9 ancestral tenets? And this is what I know. Whenever somebody says, he's got to be doing that. He has to be doing that. The reason why I think that's a dangerous message to share is because invariably some people want to look like me. And that makes sense. And so what I think is dangerous about that is because of that, some people will say, well, then that means I got to do that stuff to look like that.
Yeah.
And all I really give a shit about is, listen, people are hurting and hating and suffering and struggling. Cheating doesn't scale. If you want to live a better fucking life, what you need to do is learn about the root cause, these 9 ancestral tenets that will optimize your hormones and optimize your neurochemistry. You're going to be so happy and so fulfilled and have so much energy, so much positivity, so much love and light to share with the world. You know, I say how you do anything is how you do everything. I believe that my physique is the least impressive thing about me. When you get to know my family, when you get to know
beard, it's your beard.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah,
your beard's pretty fucking
hell
tight.
yeah. And so people bring this stuff up, you know, and then after the ab implants, I'm like, okay, you know, that's getting old. And then people started saying, well, you're making designer drugs that are undetectable because my blood press, you know, my blood test, you know, said, hey,
please,
this guy's primal.
Please tell me they're available at liverking.com.
Well, this is what so I said, yeah, okay, fine, we'll go with that too.
liverking.com while we talk. Keep going.
And so, you know what, like, I'm having fun with this now. There's ridiculous accusations. I'm like, so I started telling people I had my genetics edited because, you know, you can do gene editing now. I'm like, I went to Singapore in 2018. I had my genes edited. Yeah. And now people actually believe that to be true also. You know, so again, I want to have fun with this stuff, but we started. You have a good sense of humor about it, but you don't want the message that to be the message where you think kids will go, oh, I want to look like that. I'll take steroids. It's not just that this part is such a tiny fraction of the message. Again, if the message is 85% of people struggle with self-esteem issues. People have cancer. 4,000 people a day commit suicide. And you know what's crazy? There's a 20x multiplier on attempts. Almost 100,000 people, 100,000 people a day attempt suicide. Right? Yeah. They have no hope. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. Their life is hurting that much that they want to end their lives. It's fucking sad. It's really sad. It breaks my heart that someone would want this to stop. So that's what my message is. Yeah. So I'm like, hey, you want to talk about whatever accusations about me taking PEDs? I'm like, guess what? We can talk about that. I'm okay talking about it. Let's talk about it for five or 10 minutes. But that has to be the side dish, because what I exist for today is to say, hey, let's acknowledge there's a real problem. People are actually really hurting. Mm-hmm. And there's just a simple, free, elegant way to kick ass in life. Yeah. That's what I'm here for. And then once we start talking about the PED topic, I'm like, when we get into the sleep, eat, move, shield, connect, cold, sun, fight, bond, and you see how that can optimize your hormone profile and your neurochemistry, and now you can start kicking ass in life. Here's what happens. People say all the time, okay, Liver King, I tried your program for 6 months. I don't look like you. And I start cracking up, and I'm like, you know, I'm sure you've heard this before. People almost always overestimate what they can do in 6 months, but almost always underestimate what they can do over 5, 10, 15, 20 years, right? If you point yourself in a single direction with focus and relentless effort and active suffering and struggling, you know you can achieve anything. I used to have a sign up in my room. I still have it. I don't know where I put it. I think we're putting it in the new house. It said, what are you going to wish you started today 5 years from now? Mm. And I love that, is that I've always jogged. I've always jogged. And